So, post-run session, from morning, a lot of things already gone to. Mind is full. I think someone also mentioned, a lot of information is full. I was wondering what should I talk? Whatever I talk, it will go like this, right? You have to optical line, some of them maybe had a heavy pulse. So I thought I would tell a story. Is that okay? So that you can sleep easily. Make sense? But it's a story, I'm telling a story way, but it's really happened. It's a story of an happiness, right? The story of an happiness. What does happiness means to us? Anyone? What does happiness means?
Dopamine. खाना अच्छा था.
Dopamine. खाना अच्छा था. Serotonin. We are talking about hormone now. Word next. Anyone else? Quickly.
Satisfaction.
Satisfaction. Do you believe in a world's largest systematic exercise done one of the well-known university on this topic of happiness? Do you guess what is the duration of that? This is started way back in 1930. Still going on. 75 years of the time, still steady of the adult development, how these things evolved. The same people who started in 1930 till today, how they actually behave in it and what is their things are. That study is happening till today. And it still continuing. This is the world's longest specific scientific study happened on something very obvious. Happiness. Is it so difficult for us to be happy? You feel it being happy is difficult? Do we need to waste so much of money on that?
Yes, it is.
Wasting is yes or studying is yes? Being happy is, how many of you agree being happy is difficult?
It's becoming difficult. We made it difficult.
Made it difficult how?
Increasing our expectations.
Okay. So in fact, Shankarji talked about in the morning, they wanted a youngest person to lead the lamp. He called me and wondering. I'm not really youngest in that way, but I youngest to this community. This is my 17th month in this board. I think overall come in, all of them has a multi-year of experience. I'm really telling a story of a kid. Okay, please take it in that way. Okay, so I'm not an expert in this field, but whenever that happens, I read a lot and I take some of the data which is available from the community, from the books, and I thought I will share this particular data. Are you guys interested?
Yes.
What is come up with that? It's still going on. This is the story of around 75 years of research on happiness. And someone actually made a survey at that time, particularly one segment of the people called millennials. You know what is millennial means? Also called Gen Ys. The people who was born between 1981 to 1996, they called millennials. They did a survey, asked that question to them. Guess what is happiness for you? Any guesses what they said? Probably. Can I pick some people ask them?
State of mind.
State of mind, okay.
And for the being with friends and doing
Being with the friends, okay. What do you say? What probably you say will happiness is? Exploring. Okay? They said being rich is a happiness. Money. Is anyone disagree with that money is not giving happiness? Everyone agree, right? Yes? There is one person said no. No? If you didn't have a money, not anyone would have not come here today because it's a paid event. Money is needed, right? That's all. Around 80% of the people said money is a number one for getting an happiness. It's a real data I'm talking about. If you guys need it, offline I can do the other research.
1986 to 1991.
Yeah, that's a people 1981 to 1996. They are in probably the 30s now. 30s. That's the age as of today. They also asked, what is your second most? Okay, money, TK, what is the second most? Huh? Guess quickly. Shankar will ping me as time over. Huh?
Travel and explore.
They said being famous. They said, I want to stand here and talk about it, everyone should listen. 50% of them said being famous is a joy. No one said happiness. This research talks about more. What does this mean? Okay? And this is done for around 724 men at that time. These women, these men at that time, 1930. They continue to observe that. They take 2 batches. It is actually done in the US. One batch is just a college grad, they were the final year at that 1930s. They have taken one sample of that. Another sample in US standards were poor. Okay, they have taken 2 samples of the people and started observing them. Their sample data is that every 2 years, they will go and meet them and ask a questionnaire or do some home interviews. They check their medical records, take the blood draws, they will do the brain scans, and as they grow, they started talking to children. After some time, they also got a courage when talking to researchers. They started talking about their wives. It's a very balanced approach, collecting the data. Fair enough? Can you assume that whatever the result comes is more scientific? Yes, no? Okay, the 3 things come out from this, okay? Number 1, to be really happy, good relationships is what matters. Looks very obvious, now after data very systematic research, that is what is common. What does a good relationship means? First, we are all social animals. Isn't it? So we need the social connection is very vital. Or whatever virtual are there, coming like this and talking to people informally, chatting, bantering something, or nudging something is very, very important to learn social life. You know what is the punishment used to give to us if something happens? Go and lock in the room or put in the jail, the solitary jail. There's the biggest punishment any human being can get. Not necessarily chain them or something. That is conversion number 1. Do you agree? Anyone disagree? Yeah. Second, would you like to know second one? Sense of purpose. Sorry? Sense of purpose. Okay, let me tell you that because I'm looking for the time now. It is a quality of your relationship, not a quantity of the relationship. Some of us feel in the social media have 1 lakh followers, 1 million followers, or 100 people. How many of them really quality coming back to you? In fact, there is a famous saying comes in that if you are really in an ICU, how many people will come and physically check with your family, how are you, versus how many of them call you, how are they? I know anyhow they won't allow me to come to ICU and see. So we are becoming more virtual on it. This survey research says that being that quality of the connection is much, much more important, not the quantity of it. Make sense?
Yeah, out of 1 million followers, message from one person makes you happy. And that one person is your quality.
Okay? The third one. This is very important. I was surprised when I heard this. Good relationship improve our physical and mental ability and increase our memory and the longevity of the life. Do you believe this? Just having good friends and talking good about the people, you will live longer. We don't need all the magic doctor and we just talk good about the people. Makes sense? What I'm saying is, this is very scientifically done, still they are doing it. Like as I mentioned, they started out of 724, almost all of them are in 90s now. Out of this, only around 65 of them left. That means all of them, no more in the world after 724. But they are going back to the next generation and talking to them and continuing this generation. Even the researcher itself, there is a 4th generation of the researcher in this. So why I'm talking all of them under this theme of Ahimsaaraha? Basically, what is Ahimsaaraha talks about? Do no harm, right? When we're talking about the relationship and things like that, any part of the time, we use mirror here. Anyone stands in front of mirror every day? All of you? You see, when you talk about you stand in front of the mirror. Did you ask yourself, how are you?
We don't.
If we talk about the mirror and say, how are you? Am I treating you well? Isn't it that relationship is much more important for us first than looking outward? If we really want to be ahimsa for ourselves.
Wow.
Don't be self-critical too much. All of us will do a mistake, it's okay. But standing up ourselves and moving on is what matters. If you really wanted to build a good relationship, start with a good relationship with us first. If you are good ourselves, someone talks about in the morning about a bottle full or glass full or something like that. If our glass itself is not full, how can we share it with others? Make sense? According to me, that is ahimsa. Make sense? In fact, Shravani talks about it. In fact, I wanted her session to come first because she talks about the compassion to, others who doesn't have a voice. Right? We don't need to really talk too much about it. At least we will make them as equal, responsible like us to another human, another animal is there next to us, we need to respect it. That is actually not. If you start thinking positively about yourself and your people around you, that is nothing but ahimsa. Make sense? Okay, what about this vegan food? Ahara is there. No, what is this ahara is about? I think someone asked a question in the morning, is a pani puri attractive or saliva or something? Someone talks about, right? Is anything happens like that? Pani puri is over there, pani puri is too much. Pizza, even for me also, pizza here to make pizza will get. Vegan pizza चाहिए, पहले Domino's जाता था, अभी नहीं जा सकता. Anyone doesn't like pizza like that? Right. Always there will be some percentage of the people who are minorities won't like pizzas, right? I'm making a little bit like that. But the point what I'm bringing is, statistically, there is one person like Dr. Shailesh Rao. He wrote a book called Pink Promise, a small book, you read it. He says, as an average human being, is a vegetarian or non-vegetarian, we are consuming 2.5 times more than what we want. We want X, we are taking 2.5 X. You call that a greed? We talked about clearing ourselves. Are we taking care of our gut? Why we are overloading it?
Because there is no connection with yourself.
If you really want to do an ahimsa, do to your mind, your body first. And automatically, friends, it radiates automatically because your glass will be full like that. I close with two quotes. Good life is built with good relationship. And that relationship is with the person in the mirror and our body and our mind and the choices, our food, our friends, our family, our acquaintances, and important, the voiceless members who share this world